welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be reviewing the Too Faced Sweet Peach collection. So I actually picked this up the day it came out on Sephora.com. Earlier this year when they released the actual palette, for some reason I passed on it, but it was so hard to get your hands on. So when I found out that they were coming out with a whole collection based around the like peach smelling palettes, I was like, oh my gosh, I have got to get my hands on these. So not only did I order a set of everything for me, but I also grabbed an extra one for a giveaway. So I'll be giving away the Sweet Peach palette, the Papa Don't Peach blush, and then I'll also be giving away the Sweet Peach Glow palette. I've been using this set for a full week now, and I'm so excited to give you guys my thoughts and opinions on everything. So yeah, before we get started, if you're new, then welcome to my channel. Make sure before you leave, you do not forget to subscribe down below. That way you're notified for future videos from me. I post twice a week, so I post on Sundays and Wednesdays, and then I throw in some bonus videos here and there. And all the stuff for the giveaway will be linked down below. And yeah, I think that's it. So let's go ahead and get started. So if you're looking to get your hands on this collection, it's sold at Sephora, at Ulta, and as well as Too Faced online. I think they also have it at HSN. And the whole thing around the collection is all the palettes smell like peaches, and it's such a strong smell, you guys. So I'm going to review all the palettes individually, and then I'll give you guys a whole entire thought on the collection. The only thing that I do not have to review is the lip glosses, because for me, I just don't really wear lip glosses a whole lot, and I have so many that I don't wear, so I didn't want to pick up stuff that I may not use. So the first thing that we're going to review is the Sweet Peach Glow palette, and here's what the packaging looks like. I really like the packaging on this. It's like really nice and kind of like metallic looking. And on the back it says Sweet Peach Glow Illuminating Blushing and Bronzing Palette is infused with a juicy scent and skin loving essence of peach to give your face a radiant natural peach glow. And here's the back. It just has some information about the palette. So when you open it up, here's what the packaging looks like. I'll give you guys a close-up, and it is a tin packaging, and it says Too Faced Sweet Peach Glow. And then on the back, it has like the little peach right here. And I love the like color scheme of everything. So when you open it up, you do get a nice size mirror, and sorry, these are kind of like used and abused. They were a lot cuter when they came in. So here's a close-up of the palettes, and you have like the little peach design on each of the little blocks of the palette. So you have a highlighter, a blush, and then the bronzer. I actually was really curious to see what other people thought of the palette. So I did look up some reviews online, and I was like confused because a lot of people said they didn't like this or it didn't show up, but for me, it shows up really well. So here is the highlighter right there. I could literally smell this palette all day. There is the blush right there. And then the bronzer, for some reason I feel like the bronzer almost looks a little orangey, but I think it's because every time I've worn it, I've worn it with the blush and the highlighter. And the highlighter almost has like a peach like tint to it, especially when it goes over top of the blush. This is what I'm wearing over my whole entire face today. So I have the bronzer on, I have the highlighter on, I have the blush on, and then it's what I'm wearing on my eyes as well. I have been doing this look like every single day for my eyeshadow, and I've really been loving it. So here are those three, like just kind of swatched on my finger. It is a lighter shade. So if you're like super dark, I really don't think that the bronzer is going to work for you. Okay, so here are these three swatched on my hand. And here's a close-up. I kind of made the swatch for the highlight a little bit larger. It's kind of hard to see, but the highlight actually shows up really good on me. I feel like since my skin's so pale and the lights are so bright, it might not be showing up as good on the video right now. But then of course the middle one is the blush, and then there's the bronzer. But again, when you kind of go like this, the highlighter, you can really see it. I did a huge swatch. Really, really pretty, and I've like really liked wearing it. Like I said, it has like a subtle kind of like peach sheen to it, but that might just be because I've been wearing it like with the whole palette. For my thoughts on this palette, I love the whole theme of it. I love that it's peach. I love all the shades for me. I love the highlighter. I do think this can look almost a little bit orangey, but I think it's because I've been pairing it with the rest of the palette, which has like a orangey tint to it. And I love the highlight. The highlight is not too much, but it's not like too subtle where you can't see it. Like I said, it's what I'm wearing today. I love it. I think it's like really smooth, really blendable. But I do think like if you are darker skin tone, This is really not meant for someone dark. Like, it shows up on me, but like I said, I'm very fair right now. So I feel like in the summertime, it really wouldn't even show up on my skin. So if you have a darker skin tone, I just don't think this would really work for you, and you have to justify it. And for me, I would want to justify all 3 shades because it is a pricier palette. I think it's around $42. So those are my thoughts on that. Pros, of course, is that it's beautiful, it blends. For me, it's very pigmented, but if you are a darker skin tone, I just don't think that the bronzer would be that great for you. The other 2 shades I still think would work really well. Okay, the next thing is the Too Faced Papa Don't Peach blush, and here is the packaging right there. Has the nice little ombre effect. I just love the packaging. I just love the whole collection. I think it's so cute. And here is the outside of the packaging right there. When you open it up, you do actually get a mirror, which I think is really nice. And here is a close-up of the blush right there. This blush is really pretty. It has a really nice sheen to it. So you can get away with maybe even wearing it as a blush topper. So there's that close-up, and as you can see, it just has a really nice sheen to it. And I think this is such a pretty color. It's like, the whole collection isn't like anything that's like too overpowering. Like, it's not like crazy out of this world pigmented, but it is like really pretty, and it's still like, even though it's pigmented, it's still like really soft, if that makes sense. There's a close-up of that shade right there, and again, smells like peaches. That blush was $30, which I do think is a little bit pricier than some of the Too Faced blushes, but I do think that it's really pretty. It is a blush that I think you could pull off with a lot of different looks. It has a really nice sheen to it, so I really do like that one as well. As far as cons, I really can't think of a con for the blush besides the price. It is a pretty good size since they are like kind of marking it up on the price. Really pretty, and of course it smells like peaches as well. Okay, now for the palette. Here is what the palette looks like right here, and the back has all of the different shades on it. So you have a bunch of different shades. You have 18 shades total. You have mattes, and then you also have like shimmer shades. So here's the packaging, and I love that they have like the little peaches in the actual palette. I love the packaging. And then when you open it up, you do have a little mirror, and here are all the shades. So here is a close-up of the palette. Really, really pretty. Okay, so what I've been doing this week is setting my Painterly paint pot with the white color. Then I've been going in with the color Georgia and just putting it like all over my lid. Then I've been going in with the Puree and Summer Yum and putting those like in the outer corner. And then I've been putting Bellini all over my lid, and I love it. I love the shades. They're so pretty. So let's go ahead and swatch some of these. Okay, so there is the first 4 in the palette right there. Super pretty. You have the pink shade, which is called Just Peachy, Luscious. You have White Peach and Bless Her Heart. And what I'm going to do is do like the 4 swatches, and then I'm also going to do the last 2. The next 2 are Charmed and I'm Sure. Okay, so there is the first whole entire rose swatch right there. The matte black is the only thing that's not like really like my favorite. It is kind of dull. Doesn't really show up as dark as I'd like it to. But all the other shades are really pretty. They're not, again, they're not like too overpowering, but really pretty shades. Okay, then we're going to go to the second row. This row has some really, really pretty shades in it. So here are the first 4 swatches right there. You have Nectar, Cobbler, Candied Peach, and Bellini. Like, look how pretty those are. This palette I think is really good for like everyday looks because it's not like it's simple, but the colors are just like, I mean, look at those colors. That is like your perfect everyday eye look right there. And then the last 2 are called Peach Pit and Delectable. Those 2 are a little bit darker, but there they are swatched. Oh, so pretty though. So there are those shades right there. I think overall in this palette, like all the shades are really nice, but some of the matte ones can be a little bit like kind of patchy. Not awful though on the eye. They're definitely very buildable, but the shimmers in this palette are like my favorite. Definitely the shimmers have to take the win. Okay, then to the last palette. Okay, so there are those 4 right there. You have Peaches and Cream, Georgia, Caramelized, and Pure. Then you have Summer Yum and Talk Derby to Me, and there are those swatched right there. Okay, so as for the palette, honestly, I love the Too Faced Semi-Sweet Chocolate Palette, but I think this one is probably my second favorite one. I'm really excited about it. I think the colors are so wearable. For me, like I always like palettes that I can incorporate on like a day-to-day basis for work, and I think the shimmers are so pretty. I'm so like proud of Too Faced because I feel like I was really disappointed with their holiday sets, and this is like the first set that I've gotten since the holidays, and it really blew me away. So as always, we do pros and cons here on my channel. So as for the pros of like the whole collection, everything smells like peaches. Obviously, huge pro for me. I cannot smell that great, you guys know, and like all of the palettes I can smell like in full force and they smell really great. I love the packaging. I love like the ombre effect that they have. I think that's really eye-catching. And I really like the formula of the eyeshadows. Really creamy. There's a couple misses in the palette, but for the most part, a lot of them are hits. And I think they did a really great job with the shimmers. They're so wearable, so pretty. And I love the highlight palette. Like this is like my new favorite combo for my face. The bronzer, the blush, and the highlight, I really like it. Very natural. And again, the peach smell is like my favorite. As for the cons, of course, like if you do not like the smell of peaches, girl, you are not gonna like this. I feel like also like with the bronzer, they didn't really make it like universal. You know what I mean? Like if you're really darker skin tone or even like a medium skin tone, I don't think that bronzer is going to show up on you. And then another thing for me, which isn't like too big of a deal because I've been using brushes that like pick it up. But I hate whenever companies make the like hard like formulation, you know what I mean? You have to like scrape it off to actually get your product on there. That's the kind of formulation this is. You have to get like a pretty dense brush to make sure that you're getting the product off of the pan. So that's a con for me because I hate having to like dig my brush in to get product up. But other than that, honestly, I really think this palette and collection and everything just really killed it with Too Faced. I haven't tried the like lip glosses or lip oils, so let me know down below if you guys like those, if you have tried them. But I'm really excited about everything, and I'm really excited that I got 2 sets. That way I can give one away to you guys because I'm blown away. And if you weren't able to pick it up, I want you guys to have the opportunity to try it out. So yeah, I hope this video was helpful. Give it a thumbs up if it was. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!